You know exactly what needs to be done. It's not some mystery locked away in a book or a distant seminar. You know, yet somehow the hours pass, days fade, and that one task still sits untouched. Sound familiar? You don't need more motivation. What you need is a mental rewire. Waiting to feel like it is the trap. It's not your drive that's missing, it's your discipline. Because the truth is harsh but freeing. Action doesn't come after motivation. Motivation comes after action. It's like waiting for the fire to start before adding the wood. The ones who win in life don't wait until they feel ready. They act until they become ready. Too many people get caught in the illusion of waiting for the perfect time. They want the stars to align, for inspiration to flood in like a lightning bolt. But perfection is a myth, and inspiration is unreliable. Those who rise to greatness aren't guided by emotion. They're powered by movement. They understand the golden rule of progress. Clarity comes through action, not the other way around. When you move, you learn. When you act, the path unfolds. Waiting just adds fog to the road ahead. Stepping forward clears it. Think of anyone who ever made a mark on the world. Edison, Ford, Jobs. They didn't sit around waiting for motivation to visit them like some divine muse. They moved forward with incomplete information, imperfect plans, and a whole lot of uncertainty. What they had was the courage to act. That single trait alone separates the doers from the dreamers. Because doing even clumsily, even scared, is how momentum is born, and momentum is how greatness is built. Your mind will always resist the first step. That's where the battle is fiercest. But the second you act, you begin to kill the fear. One call, one rep, one page. It's enough to swing the balance of power in your favor. It's not about huge leaps. It's about deciding that in this very moment you're going to take control. That choice, it creates a ripple, and that ripple turns into a wave. That's how confidence is built, not before you act, but because you acted. Stop waiting for the right mood, the right conditions, or the right moment. The man who waits stays in place. But the man who moves, even with shaking hands and an uncertain heart, wins. It's not because he felt brave, it's because he did it anyway. Action doesn't just reveal the path, it creates it. Let this be your wake-up call. Don't let another day die in the name of hesitation. Move. Now, fear is a master illusionist. It whispers lies in your ear. What if I fail? What if I'm not good enough? It dresses itself in logic and caution, convincing you that hesitation is wisdom. But here's the truth. Fear is rarely rooted in reality. It's not the monster we make it out to be. Most of the things you worry about will never happen. And even when they do, you're stronger than you think. Fear doesn't stop the successful, it sharpens them. What separates winners from wishers isn't a lack of fear, but the refusal to let fear make decisions. They move forward anyway. That's what courage looks like. The longer you wait, the stronger fear grows. It feeds on your inaction. It grows in the silence of overthinking. But the moment you take one step, any step, you expose it. That thing you were so afraid of, it's rarely as big as your imagination made it. You don't need to feel fearless to act. You just need to act long enough for fear to lose its grip. Because motion is the only antidote to fear. Not self-help quotes, not books, not even motivation. Just forward movement. Even small steps shatter the illusion. Procrastination is fear in disguise. You think you're just waiting for the right time, but in reality, you're letting fear call the shots. You don't need more time, you need more action. Start with something tiny, 5 minutes. That's it. Use the 5-minute rule. Tell yourself you'll just start for 5 minutes. More often than not, once you begin, you'll keep going. Why? Because momentum is powerful. It kills resistance. But you can't build momentum if you never start. Perfectionism is the biggest excuse wrapped in a noble disguise. You tell yourself you're waiting to do it right, but what you're really doing is avoiding doing it at all. You don't need to do it perfectly. You need to do it consistently. One imperfect action trumps 1,000 perfect intentions. And every time you act, you prove to yourself that you can trust yourself. That's how you build discipline. That's how you rewrite your identity. From someone who waits to someone who executes. Your time is your most precious resource. Every second you delay is a second you never get back. Stop telling yourself that tomorrow will be different. Tomorrow is just another today with more regret. The power is always in now. If you want to change your life, if you want to rise above fear and crush procrastination, then act, even if it's messy, even if it's uncomfortable, especially if it's uncomfortable, because your success doesn't lie in more thinking. It lies in movement. Discipline isn't about punishment. It's about power. It's how you take control of your life and bend it in the direction you choose. While others drift through life, driven by moods and impulses, you show up, even when it's hard, even when it hurts. That's real freedom. The ability to act regardless of how you feel. Motivation is fleeting. It comes and goes like the weather. But discipline is the engine. It's what gets you out of bed when you'd rather stay comfortable. It's what carries you through the storm when motivation disappears. And the more you train it, the more unstoppable you become. When you start practicing discipline, it feels uncomfortable. Your mind will scream for the easier route, but the discomfort is where the growth is. You push through, not because it's easy, but because it's necessary. Over time, that pain transforms you. Your mental toughness grows. What once felt impossible becomes part of your daily rhythm. You stop negotiating with yourself and start executing without question. Discipline becomes your identity, and from that identity, consistency flows. That consistency, it compounds and turns into results. Pain is inevitable, but what you do with it, that's what defines you. You can let it break you, or you can let it build you. Every setback, every heartbreak, every rejection can be the fuel that drives you higher. Pain sharpens your focus. It strips away what doesn't matter. It shows you what you're really made of. Some people avoid pain at all costs, and because of that, they never grow. But you embrace it. You face it. You let it carve strength into your bones. The most powerful people on this planet didn't become who they are despite the pain. They became that way because of it. They didn't fold when life hit hard. They turned those moments into turning points. They let the struggle shape their character, fuel their hunger, and forge their grit. When life gets hard, and it will, you have two choices: retreat or rise. Let the pain push you to level up. Use it. Turn it into something meaningful. That's what separates the extraordinary from the average. Transformation lives inside discomfort. If you want to grow, you must be willing to endure. Not just once, but repeatedly. Every time you face a hard moment and keep going, you're becoming someone stronger. So don't fear the pain. Don't run from the struggle. Lean into it. Let it build you, because when discipline meets pain, the result is power. And that power, it's yours, if you're willing to earn it. Your mindset is the foundation of your future. It's not just how you think, it's how you respond, how you persist, how you rise. A weak mindset looks for shortcuts and quits when things get tough. But an unbreakable mindset, that's built through adversity. It sees every challenge as a test and every failure as a lesson. Life won't hand you success, it hands you trials, and your response determines who you become. The moment you stop blaming your circumstances and start taking ownership is the moment your life begins to change. To move forward, you need a target. Without clear goals, you're wandering aimlessly, reacting to life instead of directing it. Vague dreams won't get you anywhere. Be specific. Define your goals. Break them down into daily, manageable actions. Every big goal is just a series of small wins stacked together. When you have clarity, you have power. The clearer the vision, the stronger your discipline. Write your goals down, revisit them often, and build your days around them. Goals give your discipline direction, and direction turns movement into meaning. Surround yourself with people who demand greatness from you. Your environment shapes your effort. If your circle is filled with doubters, complainers, and people who fear change, you'll subconsciously hold yourself back. But if you're surrounded by warriors, people who challenge, support, and inspire, you'll rise without even realizing it. Success is contagious, but so is mediocrity. Choose wisely. Let go of people who drain you and seek out those who elevate you. You become like those you're around the most. Make sure they reflect the future you're building. Now, the most important truth. Your life changes the moment you decide it does. Not tomorrow, not when things feel easier. Now, you don't need more time, you need more action. Waiting is just another form of fear dressed up as logic. There's never a perfect time. There's only this time, this breath, this choice. You can keep hesitating or you can draw the line and say enough. Decide that this is the moment you stop watching life pass you by. This is the moment you take the wheel. Your future is being written in real time by what you do today. So ask yourself, are you waiting for life to happen or are you making it happen? The successful don't wait. They move, they fail, adjust, and keep going. The only difference between them and everyone else, they decided. Decide now, move now, build now. Because this moment right here is the one that defines the rest of your life. If you've made it this far, drop a 100 in the comments. It shows you are part of the 1% that's improving every single day.